Hi, and thanks for joining the SJ Child Show. The SJ Child Show brings value to families through education and resources. But the SJ Child Show isn't just about me, it's about us as a community. Join me as we help educate and support our community, help bring kindness and love and inclusion to all. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen and watch. I really appreciate all the support from all of the viewers and listeners, and I just want to let you know I want you to join me on this journey. Come and follow my social media, and let's do this together. Enjoy the show. Introducing Autism Vehicle Home Safety Kits with emergency responder vehicle alert stickers, personal profiles with autism needs and a communication board, masks and earplugs, keeping families and emergency responders educated and safe. Get yours today at sjchilds.org. Helping autism families impact their child's developmental milestones through home relocation, community resources, and home designs. For every 3 homes Natalie Castro sells, she funds and designs a sensory room for a community center servicing individuals with autism. She volunteers to coach law enforcement, first responders, and ER nurses how to have a positive experience for individuals on the spectrum. Hi, and welcome to the SJ Child Show. I'm your host, SJ Childs, and today I have a special guest also here in Utah, and his name is Carl Reneman, and he is here today to talk to us about his story and some things that we'll get to later on in the episode. So thank you so much, Carl, for being here today.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you so much. Sorry, our internet is going in and out a little, so we'll just do the best we can right now. Can't blame that on anything but technology, and you can't trust it. But we put all of our trust into it. Isn't that crazy?
Yep.
Such a strange society we live in today. Tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're here today, Carl.
Yes. So my story takes place about 10, 12 years ago. I left Washington State when I was 25. And back then, I was making some bad choices. So I came to Utah, and I was living with my mom and dad for a while. And then my dad got a job, and they had to move out of state. And then basically what happened from there is I went to go live in a care center. And that's where I met my ex-wife. We got married. We began dating for a while. I believe I was with her for about 2 years. And then when we got married, we were in love, but things began to be really toxic, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
She would yell at me, I would yell at her, and just our emotions would run and take its course. However, we were together for a year and a half. We separated, and then when we ended up getting a divorce, and I lost her, that was one of the hardest things that I had to do, was letting someone that you really love actually go.
Yeah.
So I went down to Salt Lake for a while. I was there has to be for about a month, but things didn't work out in Salt Lake, so I came back to Ogden. When I came back to Ogden, there was no place for me to go. And I remember spending the night at Denny's, and I thought to myself, this is horrible. I mean, a guy like me should not be at Annie's with no place to lay his head or no place to go. Yeah. So what happened was in the morning, I called some police officers. They came, got me, and they took me to a hospital where I was able to get in contact with the care center, and then they took me in again. When they got me, when the care center took me in, I then was there for a year and a half, and then I got onto state funding, and now I live here in a group home. Let me forward a couple months ago now. So a couple of months ago, I actually had got accepted on a transition advisory board for people with disabilities. And that's a really cool experience to be on a board to advocate for people.
So who are proud of you.
Disabled. Thank you. At our first meeting, something told me I needed to ask the question: is there a council for people with developmental disabilities? And if so, how can I get on? So I asked it, and there was a director who was on this council with me, and she was there at a meeting. And so I talked to her, I filled out the application, and then about a month or 2 months ago, I got a letter saying that my name is being forwarded to the governor's office, and that the governor is going to accept that I be on this board.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Congratulations from all of our listeners and me personally, from the bottom of my heart. So I'm so happy and proud for you. Definitely. Tell our listeners and our viewers about your diagnosis and when that happened for you in your life.
So I don't really remember in it that I got diagnosed, but I do have Tourette's. I have a bit of speech impediment. I got really high anxiety as well. I work at a fast food joint, Taco Bell, but the thing is, and I get like a whole lot of customers or a lot of things going on at the same time. I have a hard time trying to do everything up.
I bet.
That's when my anxiety.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I'm currently a podcast promoter. So what that means is I've started my own side gig. So basically I'll talk to people on Facebook. I'll find out if they need a podcast promoter, and then I'll help get them on shows or books for others, or have people come on their shows. So, yeah.
That's fantastic. I love to network and connect people also just by nature. And so I think that it's a wonderful, and you can go at your own pace on that job, right? Yeah. You do it on your own. Tell us about your, how do you like, and this is great because I have a lot of autism community, and I just think that a lot of parents have a hard time seeing how their child might transition into adulthood. And how do you feel about the group home that you're in? I mean, it looks lovely from the background.
Well, room is a mess, but yeah.
That's okay. We don't need to show that. But yeah, how do you feel about that? Like living there, and kind of how parents give them an idea of like, how it makes it the independence, or how does that make you feel? I have to be patient while our internet connection goes in and out a little here.
Yeah.
There we go.
So,
you are fine.
So day by day, I'll give you more of a idea.
Yeah.
In look like what my day is like on a daily basis. So I wake up about 8:30. I get off work. And if there's appointments or any I need to be ran, I'll do those errands. Basically, living in a group home is no different than living with or being by yourself in a house or in an apartment. I mean, you get that social aspect, have a lot more independence.
Yeah.
If anybody does not know anything about DSPD, I would say look into DSPD and try to get information, because there is a waiting list, and if you can get onto that list, then you'll be able to be more independent, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because they give you and offer so many resources and help you out with those types of things.
Yes,
and I love that you see the, have the independence. And I think it's so great as a parent for not to have that fear of what the future can bring, but rather empower your kids, like help them be independent, teach them to do the things that society says they cannot do. They don't think that they're capable of. Like, that's humans aren't incapable of anything but harm of words and judgment, right? And
exactly.
That's what they're capable of doing. And so if that could cease, that it would be really fantastic for especially the disabled community.
Yes,
How has the workplace, do you get support, especially like through DSPD? Do you get support in employer education, or do they get training on how to help you?
Yeah. So the state actually, well, let me go back. So there are different companies within DSPD, and you get to choose the company that you want to go with.
Cool.
There is a case manager, comes in and checks on you once a month. And the caregivers with the company that we choose, they actually get training.
Good.
And they get safety training and all kinds of training. And the direct the direct support directors, they actually come in and they make sure everything is going okay, that you are getting the help that you need, and they're there basically to be on your side and to help you advocate for yourself. Their whole goal is to try to help you become more independent. So
I love that. I'm so glad that those type of resources are out there in our community. And we will make sure to post all of the links for those resources in this episode down in the description. Especially, let's get some websites and some places people can reach out to you for podcast promotions.
So I have my website. and then you after this call.
Super.
But yeah, it's Carl Reneman.net. And basically, if you promote with me, your first podcast I get you is free, and then it's $25 a month after that.
Perfect. And that's very affordable. And there's some great podcasters out there. There's so many things starting, and that's so exciting. So it's a good business for you to be in and get into. And I will certainly refer everyone I know to you and tell them SJ Childs sent them to you.
Awesome. So I'll even link my Facebook profile down below, or you can, and then they can reach out to me on Facebook. Facebook is the easiest way to get a hold of me. Facebook Messenger.
Great.
So if you just have them send me a message and be like, SD Child referred me to you, and I'll get back. Yes, ma'am. I'm very good at checking my. So.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I'm so glad that we were able to connect today and, to talk, and you are so inspiring. Let me just tell you that. And it's really gives me just great hope and gratitude for some of the programs that are really helping transition our kids into adulthood and helping them in their employment. So that's fantastic. And we're just so happy to learn about you and support you in any way we can. So please reach out to Carl if you want a sponsor for your podcast. Affordable $25. That's amazing. And also, if you just want to give him a shout out to tell him that you support him and you got his back, that's, I'm always a big fan of doing that too. So we're just so grateful awesome. to have you and honor you here today on the show.
Cool.
Yeah. Thanks, Carl. Well, and we'll be in touch and stay connected so that we can, anything you have maybe upcoming, if you get events or anything, we can go ahead and, promote that as well.
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.